Assalamu alaikum and welcome everyone. I'm Shahid Hussain, meal expert over at PMCC Gilgit-Baltistan. Thanks so much for joining me today for this explainer on monitoring for results. We're going to dive straight in and explore exactly how effective monitoring helps organizations track progress, boost performance, ensure accountability, and ultimately hit those desired development goals. We're talking about a real shift here, moving away from old-school task tracking and stepping into true results-based monitoring. So let's kick things off with a pretty fundamental question. Take a look at your team. Are they busy or are they actually effective? It's incredibly common in development programs to see teams just working nonstop, basically running on a treadmill. But we really need to challenge that traditional management approach. Is all that hard work actually translating into solved problems? Let's get into it. Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the busyness trap, implementation versus results monitoring, the results chain, building a sustainable system, the data quality triangle, and we'll wrap up with pre-testing your strategy. All right, Section 1, the busyness trap. Activity does not equal results. Let's look at why traditional activity-based tracking is, inherently flawed. Think about the classic Gantt chart. As managers, we use these things all the time, right? We map out tasks, assign responsibilities, set due dates, and hey, it's a fantastic management tool for tracking activities and outputs. But here's the catch. Just checking off all those activities on a timeline doesn't actually tell you if your desired results are being achieved. Finishing a to-do list simply doesn't guarantee your organization's overarching goals are being met. It's kind of like checking off ingredients on a grocery list but never actually baking the cake. There's a great quote that hits the nail on the head here. Be careful not to fall into the trap of equating being busy with being effective. Your team might be totally hyper-focused day in and day out, but you have to stop and ask, focused on what exactly? Now, don't get me wrong, activities are absolutely crucial, but just adding up a bunch of completed tasks doesn't automatically mean you've achieved your outcomes. You've got to make sure your team's daily grind aligns perfectly with actual, tangible results. Moving on to Section 2, implementation versus results. These are the two key types of monitoring. Now we're going to contrast two completely distinct methods to really understand the two vital halves of the monitoring equation. First up, implementation monitoring. This tracks the means and the strategies, your inputs, your activities, and your outputs. Basically, it asks, did we actually execute the work plan? On the flip side, we have results monitoring. This tracks whether those desired outcomes and impacts are actually happening in the real world. Both of these are absolutely necessary, but you have to understand the difference because they serve completely different functions. At the end of the day, it's the effective use of resources that really counts, not just how efficiently you use them. Section 3, the results chain, creating a clear line of sight. So how do we actually link those daily, boots-on-the-ground tasks directly to long-term impact? Well, we use a clear narrative framework that moves through 5 specific stages. Step 1 is inputs. These are your financial, human, and material resources. Step 2 brings us to activities, the actual tasks your team does to transform those inputs. Then Step 3 is outputs, the tangible products or services you produce. From there, we shift gears and move upward into results. Step 4 covers outcomes, which are the intermediate effects those outputs have on your clients. And finally, Step 5 is impacts. That's the big one, the long-term, widespread improvement in society. Take a look at how this whole progression flows. The implementation side, your inputs, activities, and outputs, that builds your solid foundation. But notice how it continuously pushes upward into results. Every single target you set is just an interim step on the journey toward a broader outcome. You really have to set your targets based on what your means and strategies can realistically yield. That ensures your specific day-to-day activities flow logically upward, so you actually achieve those big picture goals. All right, Section 4. Building a sustainable system. Managing for the long haul. If you want to stop your M&E system from decaying over time, you need 4 core pillars. First is ownership. You need a strong political champion who constantly stresses that good performance data is non-negotiable. Second is management. You have to know exactly who is running the system, how they're doing it, and where, just to avoid any messy duplication or time lags. Third is maintenance. This means constant rebuilding and renewal, stuff like upgrading your tech and running periodic staff training. And finally, the 4th pillar, credibility. I want to really zoom in on credibility here because it's paramount. It's defined as the ability and willingness to report all data, both the good news and the bad news. And I have to warn you, if political pressure or internal constraints cause you to hide bad data or miss targets, or worse, if you punish the messenger,
Your entire system becomes untrusted and completely useless. If people even suspect the information is tainted, they're just not going to use it. Period.
Section 5. The Data Quality Triangle. Ensuring trustworthy metrics. To make sure the data feeding into your credible system is actually rock solid, we rely on the 3 vertices of the data quality triangle. Step 1 is reliability. Your measurements have to be stable, consistent, and done the exact same way every single time. Step 2 is validity. Your indicators must measure the intended performance directly and succinctly. No fuzzy math here. And step 3 is timeliness. Simply put, the more frequent your measurements are, the less guesswork you have about what happened between those check-ins. This combo of frequency and consistency is exactly what allows managers to accurately track trends and catch issues early on. I cannot stress this enough. Missing any single element of this data quality triangle diminishes the credibility of your entire monitoring system. If your data is valid and timely but totally unreliable, you can't trust the trends. A failure in reliability, validity, or timeliness will, without a doubt, destroy the system's reputation. Finally, Section 6, Pre-testing your strategy. Avoid the faulty foundation. You've got a massive organizational choice to weigh before a big rollout. If you move too quickly, you run the very real risk of establishing erroneous baselines. And if you set long-term targets against a flawed baseline, well, your entire monitoring system is built on a faulty foundation, which wastes an unbelievable amount of time and money. On the flip side, starting on a small scale actually protects you. Pre-testing is just a brilliant way to fine-tune and improve your instruments and procedures before the full data collection even begins. Before we wrap things up today, I want to leave you with a rather provocative thought, straight from our text. Ask yourself, is your monitoring system actually manageable, or are you bogged down with too many indicators? I have to caution you, if you overload your system, you're going to spend way too much time just managing the machine that produces the data, and not nearly enough time actually using that data to manage your results. Remember, monitoring is absolutely essential for achieving results. Good monitoring supports accountability, learning, and smart decision-making, and reliable data is what helps organizations improve performance and maximize their impact. Thank you so much for joining this explainer on monitoring for results. I really hope this session has enhanced your understanding of how effective monitoring drives successful project implementation. If you found this explainer useful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content on monitoring, evaluation, accountability, and learning. Until next time, Allah Hafiz and best wishes for your professional learning journey.